Have you ever started a new goal feeling excited, energized, and completely committed, only to find yourself losing momentum a few days or weeks later? Maybe you've promised yourself that you'll start exercising, eating healthier, waking up earlier, studying more, or finally working on that project you've been putting off. At first, everything feels easy. You're motivated, you're inspired, you're ready to change your life. But then something happens. You get tired, you get busy, life gets stressful, and suddenly the motivation that felt so powerful just a few days ago is nowhere to be found. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Most people believe they struggle because they don't have enough motivation. But psychology tells us something very different. The truth is that motivation was never meant to be the foundation of long-term success. In fact, the people who accomplish the most in life are often the people who rely on motivation the least. Today, we're going to explore why motivation fails, how your brain is wired to work against your goals, and what actually creates lasting discipline. Let's start with a simple question. What is motivation? Motivation is an emotional state that creates the desire to take action. The problem is that emotions are temporary. Think about it. Do you feel exactly the same every day? Of course not. Some days you feel energetic. Some days you feel exhausted. Some days you feel confident. Some days you feel discouraged. Some days you feel focused. Some days you feel distracted. Because motivation is based on emotions, it naturally rises and falls. If your actions depend on motivation, your progress will rise and fall as well. This is why so many people get stuck in a cycle of starting and stopping. They wait until they feel motivated to take action. When motivation disappears, the action disappears too. The result is inconsistency, and inconsistency is the enemy of progress. To understand why motivation fades so quickly, we need to understand how the brain works. Your brain is designed to keep you safe and conserve energy. For thousands of years, conserving energy has helped humans survive. As a result, your brain naturally prefers comfort over discomfort. It prefers easy over difficult. It prefers immediate rewards over delayed rewards. This tendency shows up every day. You know exercising would benefit you, but sitting on the couch feels easier. You know studying would improve your future, but scrolling social media feels more rewarding in the moment. You know saving money is important, but spending money feels good right now. Your brain is constantly encouraging you to choose immediate comfort. The problem is that most meaningful goals require temporary discomfort. Growth requires effort. Improvement requires consistency. Success often requires doing things that don't feel good in the moment. One of the biggest obstacles to discipline is our attraction to instant gratification. Modern life is filled with activities that provide immediate rewards. Social media, video streaming, online shopping, video games, endless entertainment. These activities deliver quick bursts of satisfaction without requiring much effort. Your brain quickly learns to seek these rewards because they feel good. The challenge is that meaningful goals rarely provide immediate gratification. You don't become healthier after one workout. You don't become wealthy after one day of saving money. You don't become disciplined after one productive morning. The rewards come later. And because they come later, many people lose interest before they ever experience the benefits. This is why discipline matters. Discipline allows you to continue taking action before the reward arrives. Many people assume disciplined individuals simply have more willpower, but that's not usually true. Disciplined people understand something important. They don't rely on motivation, they rely on systems. A system is a set of behaviors that happen consistently regardless of how you feel. For example, instead of deciding every day whether to exercise, a disciplined person schedules exercise as part of their routine. Instead of deciding whether to work on an important project, they block time on their calendar. Instead of relying on willpower, they create environments that make good decisions easier. They remove temptation, they reduce distractions, they create structure. The goal is not to become more motivated. The goal is to make action automatic. One of the most important principles in psychology is that people tend to act in alignment with their identity. In other words, we behave in ways that are consistent with who we believe we are. This is why identity-based change is so powerful. People focus only on outcomes. They say, I want to lose weight. I want to read more. I want to be successful. Those goals are fine, but they don't change identity. A stronger approach is to focus on becoming the type of person who performs the behavior. Instead of saying, I want to exercise, say, I am someone who takes care of my health. Instead of saying, I want to be disciplined, say, I am a disciplined person. Every small action becomes evidence that supports your new identity. Over time, consistency strengthens belief, and belief strengthens consistency. If you want to build more discipline, here are 3 practical strategies you can start using immediately. First, make your habits smaller. Most people fail because they start too big. Instead of committing to an hour of exercise, start with 5 minutes. Instead of reading 50 pages, read 2 pages. Small habits reduce resistance and increase consistency. Second, schedule behaviors instead of relying on memory. Put important activities on your calendar. Treat them like appointments that cannot be missed. The more specific the plan, the greater the likelihood of follow-through. Third, focus on identity. Ask yourself, what would a disciplined person do in this situation? Then do that, even if the action is small. Small actions performed consistently create powerful identities. Motivation is not the problem. The expectation that motivation should always be present is the problem. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline remains. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not the people who always feel motivated. They are the people who continue acting when motivation disappears. They rely on systems. They embrace consistency. They focus on identity. And they understand that success is built through repeated actions, not temporary feelings. So the next time you don't feel motivated, remember this: you don't need motivation to take the next step. You only need the willingness to act. One small action today can become the foundation of a completely different future. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to the Self-Discipline Hub for more content on psychology, discipline, habits, accountability, and lasting behavior change. And remember, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems.